This is how to make a print using a styrofoam tray. So when I get meat or vegetables and it's on a tray like this, if there's not divots or like scratchy marks, I wash it with warm water and soap and I save it for the art room. The first thing you need to do is cut those curved edges off. You could have an adult help you with this step. So step 1, cut your edges off. So this part of the tray is what we're going to use. We don't want the numbers showing because those will show up. Also, when you start printing, you don't want to do numbers or letters because those are going to show up backwards, because when we print this, we flip it over, so things will be in reverse. So it's easiest when you start printmaking if you just ignore using letters and numbers. I'm going to do something really basic and quick so that you don't have to spend a long time watching this demonstration. I'm going to just draw a tree. With some roots and some branches. If you want your branches to show up, you can color over the lines thicker. I'm using a ballpoint pen, just a basic pen. You just don't want those like really pointy pens that are more like a needle point, because those will make holes in this, and you can't use a pencil. So you're just going to start drawing onto your styrofoam. Some people sketch first and then draw onto their styrofoam. You can start just drawing onto it if you want. It's up to you. You can sketch or draw first. Okay, that's my tree. I'm not going to put leaves on it, just to speed things up. You're going to use washable markers, which all Crayola markers that you probably have are washable. The only markers that you might have that are not washable are Sharpies, and they would say permanent on them. So you don't want to use permanent markers. You want to use washable markers for this. I'm going to color my tree. I'm going to use the side of the marker so it goes a little faster. If I just use the tip of the marker, it will take me longer. I'm going to color my background next. I've noticed that when you're using markers to do printmaking with, you can see the direction that you color with the markers, or if you scribble, you can see that. So it's really important to color in the same direction. Once you start going up and down, finish all your coloring going up and down. Unless you want people to see the lines that you're making. If you want it to look more expressionistic in the style, if you want it to show movement, you can do lines. But I'm just coloring it with the side of the marker in the same direction. I'm going to color down here with some blue too. If I had a green marker, I might do that green, but I only brought a blue and a brown marker out today for this. So I'm going to put the caps back on my markers. Move those to the side. This will get activated and print onto the paper if you use some water on a paper towel and go over your paper with just water. So you need kind of heavier paper. So all of our lessons have been on like a cardstock that we've been doing, computer paper won't really work because computer paper is pretty thin. It will just get a hole in it. So this might not be a project to do if you don't have cardstock. But there's options for your Earth Day art if you don't have these materials. Okay, you're going to take this and you're going to flip it upside down onto the white paper. You can use your hands. Some people would maybe have printmaking materials at home, but you might have something called a rolling pin, a supply that you might have in your kitchen. So that will help transfer what you drew, because this can push that styrofoam down. So you're going to go over it a couple times. The main thing is you don't want that styrofoam to move. Once you put it down on your paper, you don't want it to move, or else you'll have a really blurry print. So I'm going to set my rolling pin down, and I'm going to look at my tree. So that is how you do printmaking with some supplies you might have at home.